I'm going to be interviewing my mom and my older sister on their experience of 9/11, 2001. What is your name?
My name is Chelsea Rose.
Where are you from?
I'm from Berkeley, Michigan.
How old were you on September 11, 2001?
I was 14 years old.
Where were you on September 11, 2001 when we were attacked?
I was in 8th grade in Mr. Edwards' class.
Okay. Did you see the attack on TV, or did you hear? Where did you first hear about it?
He had turned on the news, and I remember us thinking that it was at first a prank, but as we were watching, we saw the devastation and people screaming, and when we saw the second tower fall, we knew it was for sure and for real, and we were all terrified and afraid, and for a moment we were all silent. It seemed like the entire school was silent for an entire moment.
Wow.
And some kids were crying, some were just freaking out, shocked. Everyone was really just in tears.
Wow. Did you visit the Ground Zero after the event?
I did visit the Ground Zero. I visited in 2011. I saw the hole in the ground where you could still see the rubble, and you could still see underground where the subway used to be.
Wow. So they didn't rebuild there or anything?
They hadn't rebuilt anything yet. There was a wall up, so nobody could actually go inside or climb down or anything like that. But there was a giant display of what they wanted to put up, which is a waterfall.
Oh.
And they had not built it yet, but they were definitely talking about building it, and they were also had a wall up that showed the different victims, and some people were talking about their stories as well.
So, did my final question to you, what was the effect of 9/11 to you?
9/11 was a wake-up call, because before that everyone thought they were safe, but afterwards they realized that the devastation wasn't just going on in the Middle East, but it was also going on in America as well.
Thank you for your time, Chelsea. And now my mom will talk. What is your name?
My name is Mrs. Eileen Jabori Ryan.
Where are you from?
I'm from Berkeley, Michigan. I live on Harvard Road.
How old were you on September 11, 2001?
I was 41 years old.
Where were you on September 11, 2001 when we were attacked?
I was at my house babysitting two young girls, and at that time I was living on a street named Royal, also in Berkeley, Michigan.
How did you find out about the attacks?
I had just turned on the TV, and I didn't know if that was real or what it was. I knew something was going on, but it was right when the first plane hit.
What were your first feelings or emotions when you heard about the attack?
I just sat down in horror, and I just cried, and I called my husband and their secretaries right away at the office to tell them to turn on the TV.
How were you afraid for your safety or the safety of your family?
Being an Arab American, yes, and I felt not safe. Not so much that our country couldn't handle this, but just how big and tragic this event was.
What do you think of the government's reaction to the attack?
I thought that early on that they knew that something like this could have happened because the World Trade Center was hit um, years before that. I believe it was 7 years before that. There was an underground uh, bomb, a truck that blew up part of the World Trade Center. So I believe that the FBI knew that this possibly could have happened again.
And my final question to you is, what lesson should be learned from 9/11?
What lesson should be learned? That we can't take life for granted. That those who have perished in the World Trade Center, and that we have got to take life one day at a time, and you never know what's going to happen. But I'm just really sad for those police and firefighters who had gone up so quickly. I believe that over 400 of them have lost their lives saving others, and I've learned a lot since September 11th. And again, I'm so sorry that we had so many loss of lives, and I am grateful for um, the response of everyone that came through and helped um, everyone at that moment to try to recover and to see what they were able to do.
Thank you for your time.